So beautiful cheese kulcha along with your dal makhani will be present in Kenal. Let's start cooking. Have you ever made makhani dal before? Well, I'll tell you, dal makhani is a labor of love. There are a few reasons to it. Now, I'm going to be making this fantastic recipe of dal makhani using the most amazing butter. Now, once the most iconic butter of France hits the most iconic dal recipe in India, what do we create? We create magic. Exactly. So now, a lot of people don't know makhani dal kahan se aati hai aur kaise banti hai wo. Its origins in Punjab. So you have Punjab on this side and the Punjab on that side. Now after the partition, when this dal was made in India, it just went viral. Now if you go to see in North India, har Punjabi agar birthday hota hai, shadi hoti hai, mangni hoti hai, any celebration, it has dal makhani. Now the dal makhani is actually made from black urad dal. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now literally, I'm using about 1.5 cup of this urad dal, and to which I've got half a cup of rajma. Okay. Now if you go to see, these two dals are definitely take long to cook. Now what is the best thing you do with this? The best thing you do is actually you have to wash it and rinse it a few times, and after that what you really need to do is soak this for minimum 8 to 12 hours. Okay, literally, तो अगर मुझे दाल मखनी बनानी है कल, I will be soaking my rajma and my urad dal tonight. Okay, because this is what it actually takes. Also, you have to see that these are actually of a really good quality, because a lot of the times when you actually soak the dal, you need to rinse it 3-4 times at least in order to get away with all the grit, the dirt. That is if you buy it from a place which has no standard. Now these are very good quality, beautiful rice, and literally uske zyada, they're not even dirty as well. Okay, so what I've done actually for you, I've actually soaked this to show you what this actually looks like, because a lot of people don't even know which dal is actually used for dal makhani. If you want to know anything about any other kind of dal, you have any favorite recipe which you want me to cook, no problem, do mention it in the comment section. Your wish is my command. Now similarly, what I did was I have actually cooked both my dals in here. Okay, and you can see that, look, it is like beautifully cooked. Okay, right? Now how do I check? Very simple. You take it out and look, it mashes very easily. Okay, now it is beautifully cooked. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, I am going to switching this off, putting it on the side, because this is just the base and I still have to finish this amazing dal. And what I'm really excited to show you is that how beautifully I finished this dal makhani with some gorgeous unsalted President butter, and you're going to see that it's completely lush. The mouthfeel is just outstanding. Abhi iske saath you can have a nice pulao, you can use a nice jeera rice, you can use Romani rotis, you can use parathas. I just like to eat it on my own like that. But you know what? Since I'm right here with you, I thought, why don't we make a nice easy kulcha recipe for you? So beautiful cheese kulcha along with your dal makhani will be present in Kenal. Let's start cooking. So here abhi kulcha ban raha hai yahan pe. So I've got about 350 grams of flour, to which I'm going to be adding 10 grams of salt. Then a third of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda and some baking powder. Okay, so one third teaspoon of that goes in here, and then we have about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of yogurt in this. Now the yogurt is going to give a nice lovely souring taste to the kulcha. It's going to help in leavening and fermentation. Also the baking powder and baking soda are going to be acting as leaveners, and it's going to be nice and light. Okay, so this kulcha, I plan to stuff it with some nice cheese. I've got some amazing President cheese, which is a mixture of cheddar and mozzarella. They do have other varieties as well, but I think I'm going to stick to that. Okay, now to this we're going to be having, we've got a stick of butter which we are going to be grating inside, okay, and making a really nice soft dough with this. Okay, you have to make sure that the butter is really nicely frozen, because you want that whole butter not to melt inside too much in your dough. Next, we're just going to bring this together very quickly. Okay, you're going to make sure that the butter doesn't melt too fast. It's still got its nice characteristics in the flour, just like this. So we're going to be adding some lovely chilled water to this recipe. You don't want to add too much into it. Okay, you just got to make sure that just enough water to make this lovely rich dough together. Perfecto. We've got a really nice smooth dough. Remember, you can't really overwork it. It has to be set because we've got butter inside and we don't want all the butter to melt. So I'm just going to be resting this dough. I'm going to be just covering this with a nice damp cloth, putting it in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes until we start our lovely dal. I would do a good 100-150 grams to begin with, okay, of some lovely unsalted butter here. Couple of cinnamon sticks, tej patta, thodi si laung, thodi si kali mirch, okay. So this is like a little tempering to this. Along with this, I have about a teaspoon and a half of garlic, a 1 tablespoon of ginger, and we have about 2 to 3 split green chilies, okay. So we're going to make sure that बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह हम इसे भूनेंगे. Lovely, beautiful. So अभी ये बिल्कुल सही चल रहा है. ये getting a nice lovely color. You don't want to go completely brown or black on this. You got to make sure that you're toasting the garlic and the ginger along with these lovely chilies and whole spices which we have here already. Beautiful. To this, next we're going to be adding some coriander powder, a little bit of cumin powder, about a teaspoon and a half of each, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of a little bit of turmeric, haldi, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of garam masala, okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt as well in the beginning. So you see we've got a really nice tempering going here. I'm going to be finishing it later with a little bit of amchur or dried mango powder. Now you can see the color which you see here is quite getting there as to what I'm really looking for. Now I'm just cooking these out a little bit. Okay, I want the garlic to caramelize a little more. Or next we're going to be adding 2 cups of tomato puree. Okay, fresh tomatoes just ground together in a mixer to make this lovely paste, and then beautiful, nice. So I'm going to be adding another 100 grams of butter inside, okay, and going to almost like beautifully emulsify the butter in here. So we have our tempering almost ready, okay, which is going to cook even more, so don't worry about it. And next what we're going to do is we're going to be adding our cooked dals in here, okay. We're going to let it simmer beautifully for another half an hour to 40 minutes. But don't worry, until this is being done, we're going to start with our kulcha, you know? So, beautiful. Oh yeah. So before we stuff them with a nice President cheese, okay, we're just going to divide these. So we have some nice dough balls here ready. We're going to stuff these with cheese and then we're going to lightly steam them on the tawa before we add the butter inside. So we had made a really nice soft dough with that, into which we have divided into four about 150 gram kulchas. I made them nice tight balls. They are in the fridge. अभी हम बना रहेंगे हमारी ये filling. उसमें है a nice mixture of mozzarella and cheddar cheese, which is a lovely diced mix which is available very freely by President. It's a very, very popular cheese. A lot of my friends in their restaurants use it. So I said, you know what, why don't I try using it with my lovely kulchas? So we've got some cheese here, we've got some coriander, I've got a little bit of green chilies in this as well, and then we have some chaat masala. Okay, I'm going to be giving this a little mix and our filling is ready. Flattening it out थोड़ा सा, okay, तो काफ़ी अच्छा ठंडा है. अभी हम डालेंगे इसमें फिलिंग, थोड़ी सी हमारी ये चटपटी निराली चीज़, okay, and then we just close this just like this. So once we just put this together, okay, perfect. So in about, I would say about 20 to 25 grams of this cheese ka mixture, the kulcha, we made a dough ball and we just going to put this together. जब भी आप कुलचे रोल करते हो, you're not going to really make it too thin, okay, literally almost like a parantha types, okay, shape ठीक है, it is not really important, you know. Taste, I believe, is, you know, you practice more, you can get really perfectly round kulchas, but you know what, they have to have some good taste to it. So now you're going to be adding a little bit of water to this. Sprinkle it with some lovely coriander seeds. थोड़ा सा धनिया भी डाल सकते हैं हम इसमें, हैं? Beautiful. And then on the side, just going to add a little bit of water to create a nice steam. So now, very carefully, we flip it exactly like this. Oh yes. So next, finally, my last 150 grams of butter, a little bit of kasuri methi, dried fenugreek, very important, a nice big pinch of amchur powder to go into this, and then about half a cup of cream. Beautiful. Nice, lovely. अभी हम इसको धीमी आंच पे सेट करते हैं, and here my lovely cheese stuffed kulcha is also ready. Beautiful. Nice. Wow, now look at that kulcha rising. Lovely. Beautiful. time to plate this up. Whoa! Boom! Straight here. Beautifully nice, fluffy kulcha with a nice piece of butter. Beautiful. So the OG Dal Makhani happening here with the President butter. Next level hai bhai, next level. Trust me. Only if you knew what we are all going through at the moment, it's a matter of bliss. Some beautiful fresh coriander. A nice drizzle of cream. And of course, butter. President butter to banta hi hai, boss. Beautiful. Here we have our President butter. We have a nice julienne, very finely cut chilies which we have here. Beautiful. Now tell me what you think. We've made some really OG dishes today, like the cheese kulcha and the dal makhani, using the most amazing butter.